Most common mistakes that golfers make. Greetings, fellow golfers. Most of the time, when we're out on the field, we end up making some blunders that we're not even aware of. It hampers our performance and our scores suffer. After a thorough analysis, today we bring you some of the most common mistakes that golfers all around the world make. So next time when you're up against your opponent, you can come back victorious. Let's start with the most common mistake. Inconsistent setup routine. Randomly positioning your feet and adjusting them based on your comfort can lead to different postures for different clubs and make consistent contact almost impossible. Always have a consistent setup routine in order to get into an athletic, balanced golf posture, which will allow you to make consistent contact. Poor balance. Even if you make a technically good swing but lose your balance along the way, it could still turn what would be a great shot into a miss. Always try to hold your finish rather than losing your posture until your ball stops rolling to maintain your balance. Trying to scoop or lift the ball in the air. Most golfers struggle with topping the ball. This typically comes from not truly understanding what makes the ball go into the air. The simplest way to get it going in the right direction and start to get some airtime underneath your ball is understanding that you need to hit down. Extend your trail arm down toward the ground, and yes, it is absolutely fine to make a mess and have grass and dirt flying into the air. If you had to pick, you'd rather get under the ball than skip across the top of it, right? Swinging over the top. Swinging over the top is simply taking the club back too flat and then having a downswing that's too steep. Remember, your task is not to hit the ball as quickly as possible, but rather cover the distance that you're required to. Let your club and hands drop first, making the backswing very steep, and then try to make the downswing as flat as possible. Reaching for the driver. It's a 330-yard par 4 with trouble from about 250 yards onward. There are bunkers on both sides and a hole that narrows to a bottleneck as you approach the green. Taking out your driver will only make things difficult for you. Always play with an iron or a hybrid 200 yards down the fairway and then ping a straightforward short iron shot from 130 yards. It's basic course management. Gripping the club too tightly. Many beginner golfers hold their club either too tightly or too loosely. In both cases, your performance will be hampered. Make sure you hold your club tight enough that you secure it properly without pressing it too tightly. Poor alignment. Most of the time, beginners do not aim at their intended target. Targeting too far right is a common mistake. As a result, when you swing, there's a tendency to cut across the ball. Using the wrong clubs. Picking out the wrong clubs is one of the major mistakes golfers do. Make sure you do your proper research before taking your clubs to the playing field. Teeing the ball up too high. It's tempting to perch the ball up as high as possible on a tee peg. Your head is telling you that it'll be easiest to get the ball airborne that way. However, it makes it hard to find the center of the club face, so you'll actually end up getting more poor contacts if you tee up the ball too high. Remember, knowing these mistakes, it's a good way to improve your game. But most important of all is practice and lessons. Never miss any of those and keep grinding. The most crucial mistake is not going beyond your limits to up your game. Share with us your experiences and some mistakes you used to do in the comments down below. If you like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.